What did you learn in Bible class today?
I learned about God and I learned about God.
95 is when it got started. One particular young man named Daryl, I realized during one of the camps that I was volunteering at that he couldn't read a Dr. Seuss book in 8th grade. And it really broke my heart to see him struggle. Just felt convicted that even beyond helping out with a camp that there needed to be some sort of tutoring program. In 1997, we did Camp Heaven, so that was a powerful experience. It was the first time we had done sort of a larger scale program.
So 1998, I came to Maryland and I was looking for full-time work in counseling. You know, I couldn't find anything right away, so I called Steve up and I asked, can I help out in any way? And he just told me, you know, do you have a backpack? And I said, yes.
The first time I met Steve, I was just being a kid, just running around. The Little Lights was very small at the time, and, you know, signing up for Camp Heaven, everybody's at the table.
Jesus loves us very much. He wants us to know that in our hearts, and he wants us to follow him.
It's wonderful to see it transpire from Mary and Steve and one volunteer a week to what it is now.
When I was working in the Little Life Center and I was, you know, like cleaning up the binders, and just about every child has their own tailored curriculum. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is amazing that there's a free program, and not only are they providing a safe and caring environment for their children, they take the time to treat these children as individuals.
Little Lights encourage our kids to take a future. The child to make a decision to go to college, Little Lights make sure they get sent off with luggage, pen pal letters, and they follow them all the way out until they graduate, and they help them get a job. And that is what I call a unique experience.
I've just never been a part of a program that supports parents, supports children, and supports the community the way that they do. When I'm not at the family center working or volunteering, you know, I use the services for job search.
Mary and Steve is God sent. They did a program, a Little Lights program down at Hopkins, which is awesome. They are there for the kids, to tutor the kids, to give out homework.
I hope that other organizations can learn from not just Little Lights' success, but their longevity. It's important to not just have an impact with families, it's important to have an organization strong enough to be around for 20 years.
It's been amazing to see some of the ones I worked with 1998 to be adults now. It's such a privilege to see them grow and just become really beautiful young adults.
I believe Steve went to every graduation that Dwayne had all the way through school, and high school, college, and then to see him get married. He's always been with him.
No, I'm Dwayne, for those of y'all who don't know me. When I was younger, my parents, they were never there. I always had grandma or coaches or teachers.
I mean, I think Dwayne has always kept his faith and persevered through a lot of ups and downs. To see him find the person that he, committed to and cared about and cherished was really inspiring.
Some of us remember this site 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when it was really much more tragic a place to live than now. The crime has gone down. I think the youth are more inspired.
My first year is college. After the first semester, I didn't have the money to go back, and I was heartbroken. And I called Mary and Steve and I told them the situation. They was like, well, we'll help you out, and they did. and I graduated, so I feel like without that help, probably wouldn't went back. They can do a lot for the community, big, but I think it's the individual people that they touch is the reason why they're still around.
When my mother passed away, I remember I was sitting there on the front row with my siblings, and I was crying, and I opened my eyes and looked up. There was Mary coming around holding Kayla in her arms. Then I saw all of the youth where they had closed down a Friday youth night, and it just floored me. I just really started bawling all over again because Mary said, well, did you think we would be there for you?
I am so thankful that we can still do this after so many years. Being able to support our two kids, doing this type of work has been amazing.
We're really praying about expanding, and there's a lot of neighborhoods that don't have ministries like Little Lights. We want to reach more kids and have more kids be part of the mentoring and more kids be part of the after school and summer programs. So we're really praying that more kids can experience this kind of compassion and love.
Thank them for being obedient to, the voice of God. There's ripple effects of that, and he's changed so many lives and will continue to change lives. For me to be able to say, no, I'm not a statistic, I went to college, I graduated, I'm married, I have a family, and I would not be the man I am today without them. And that's honest.
That little light, I know that y'all have heard the song, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And that's what they are doing, letting their light shine. Yes.